Hi there folks, welcome to Dunsy's Guitar World. It does what it says on the little electronic sign. So today's video is just a preview of what's coming up in August. I'm just back from the States. 3 weeks in America, loved it. I think sixth time I've been in the States. I think my fascination with the States comes from, in the early 80s I was recording gigs in Scotland, and then you'd find people on the back pages of like Kerrang and Sounds. They were recording gigs in America, so you'd write to them, you know, like old school. Can you imagine writing a letter these days? You'd write to them and they'd recorded gigs at like Cape Cod Coliseum, the Agora Ballroom, Cleveland, Ohio, Cobo Hall, Detroit, and it just sounded like all these exotic places. I've always been fascinated with the States. So when we were in Raleigh, which is where we were staying with my friend Fred, we did some traditional American sports, played disc golf, went to throw some axes. Can you believe there's a place where you go to throw an axe and it's licensed as well? You can buy beer and throw axes. Brilliant. I don't know why that's never taken off in Scotland. Went to a few guitar shops, perhaps not surprisingly. Went to Harry's Guitars, Samash, Guitar Centre, and this little place called Guru Guitars, which is out in Kerry. Had a load of old school guitars and amps, really interesting stuff. And there was strange things afoot at the Circle K. Here we are in Samash, Raleigh, North Carolina. Big shop, bigger than most music stores in Scotland, that's for sure. So the first video will be me fixing some guitars for Fred. Fred's a guitar player as well, a rock and roller and a guitar player, so I fixed 2 Telecasters and a cool Z Les Paul. That will be video number 1. Video number 2, we travelled down to Wilmington, North Carolina to see Blackberry Smoke, the legendary Blackberry Smoke, at this little amphitheatre, which seemed to be in the middle of like a housing estate. It was absolutely brilliant, beautiful weather. Blackberry Smoke are so good, so I recorded 4 songs from that. That'll be video number 2. Video number 3, Fred and I took a road trip, and like it was a road trip and a half. I think we worked out it was about 2,000 miles. Travelled from Raleigh, up through the mountains, through Virginia, West Virginia, all the way across Ohio, up to Howell in Michigan. What a journey, the scenery was absolutely incredible. You know, you travel through tunnels through the mountains and then come out on the other side and you just see the incredible landscape. Oh, fantastic. We went from Howell out to Kalamazoo to see the old Gibson factory. Now Heritage Guitars. I'm so pleased I managed to see the Gibson factory. And then we went out to Lake Michigan. Stepped in the water in Lake Michigan because there's no salt and there's no sharks. We came back to downtown Detroit. Went to see Cobo Hall. Kiss Alive. Went to see Cobo Hall. And I saw Canada. Saw Canada over the water. So I've never been in Canada, but I have seen it over the water. So that will be video 3, that whole journey. Kalamazoo, downtown Detroit, Cobo Hall, etc. Sweet taste and bitter. And then for the last video, it's funny, we were just 6 o'clock in Detroit. We're supposed to be staying in Detroit, and Fred says, "Do you fancy going to Cleveland? See the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?" And I was like, yes, I do fancy doing that. So we left Detroit 6 o'clock at night and drove to Cleveland, Ohio to go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So that will be video number 4. Now my initial plan was to record, music specific to each of these videos, but I thought that'll take me months and I'd rather just get the videos out there. So the soundtrack will be a load of songs from my back catalogue of bands I've been in, albums I've recorded, singles, whatever, radio sessions and demos. So I do hope you enjoy that. I mean, it's interesting just seeing, going all the way across America. I mean, most people when they go to the States, I guess, just go to the big cities. But you really see America when you're driving through, 12-hour drives through 4 or 5 different states. It's absolutely brilliant. I think it's the same the whole world over. I have friends who come to Scotland and they'll say, "Have you ever been to, name a Scottish island?" And I think, "Nah, I've never been there. There's so many places in Scotland I've never seen." But I think that's because when something is so close and you can do it anytime, you just tend to leave it till tomorrow, and then tomorrow never comes. So my videos will be of me having a great time, great rock and roll time in America. I do hope you enjoy it, folks. As ever, it's a privilege and a pleasure bringing you content on Dunsy's Guitar World. Cheers for now.